So the interesting part is, although I've been all over the place where I live, all over the town, all over the state, this is one place I'd never thought of coming, and it's not too far from where I live, but to see these bats, thousands of them, just swarming in these trees and just hanging upside down and making this rather peculiar sound, I'd never seen it before. I never have seen bats in daylight hanging from trees, so maybe I've lived in a bubble. But it just goes to show, when you go out, when you leave the indoors behind and when you go out and get some time, you get the opportunity to experience things perhaps you had never experienced before. And to me that's really important. To me that's really part of why I do what I do, so I can go and experience as many things as possible. And this really is a beautiful part of where I live, and I love just coming to the outdoors and just getting the time out to express a bit of freedom and a bit of peace and quiet where I can stop and think. And I really encourage you to do the same thing. Because when you get out, when you take out 10 minutes or 5 minutes or 20 minutes or better still an hour, and you come to places you're not familiar with, it just gives you a chance to unwind and refresh. And that's what I've really found works very, very well for me. And I'm going to be honest, when I first started the 7-day cycle, I struggled with some aspects. I didn't want to fill in some of the boxes. I didn't want to challenge myself and admit that I had made mistakes. I was the reason, the sole reason of why there were problems with what I wanted to achieve and why I hadn't achieved them. So the best part about it was it held me accountable. And by holding me accountable, as I said in previous videos, it took me from 0 to $14 million. Now I don't say that to brag, because it's gone past the $14 million. But I'm sharing this with you because I want you to realize the successful people out there have more than what we have. They do things differently than what we do, and that's why they have what they have. So it's not that they were lucky. It's not that they have had everything fall into their lap. The simple truth is, when opportunity has come, they've actually taken it. And when they put their hand in their pocket to invest in themselves, it's because they believe in themselves and they know there's a better way. And if you wait for everything to be free, and if you wait for someone to give you the perfect solution and just 3 magic wishes and your life's going to be perfect, the truth is it's not going to be. And whether it's an athlete or a business person or a mentor or anyone that you can look at in life, anyone who has done anything has simply tried harder and taken advantage of situations where other people have said no. It either won't work, it's not right for them, it's not the right time, or my partner or my wife or my husband won't let me. All basically excuses. And that's why we are where we are. We are the sum total of our decisions. So if we've got an opportunity to make a better decision, if we've got an opportunity to really focus on us and we can improve us, that's what really fires me up now, because I have so many flaws. I am imperfect in so many ways, and I'm humble enough to admit it. And just in case I get ahead of myself, I married a gorgeous woman who is quite happy to remind me of some of the failings that I have and some of the things I don't quite do right. And she's also very supportive. And if your partner's supportive now, or perhaps they're not supportive, just have the courage to keep going. Because if you keep going, that's when things really start to take off. That's when you'll realize that it's not just about you. It's not just about coming up with the excuses that are going to enable you to say, I can stop this because my wife won't let me, or this is the reason why I think I need to stop, because it's not going to work for me. I'm here to tell you, stop making excuses. Have courage in yourself. That's why you've got the vision. That's why you've got these dreams, because deep down you know you can achieve these, but deep down you also realize you have to come to terms with taking responsibility and doing what it takes. So if you've already been successful in one area, that doesn't automatically mean you're going to be successful in another area. And that's what I struggled with. So if you're anything like me, or anything like the thousands of people who have ever achieved anything, you have to work at it, and it is quite often us. We are our biggest obstacle, and I certainly was. So this business took me from 0 to $14 million because the formula I developed really focused on what I was not getting right. And it helped me to focus, it helped me to balance all the things I needed to improve upon. And when I realized I had to take responsibility, when I could no longer blame other people around me, I couldn't blame the boss or my staff or my family, it was up to me, And that's when it really started to make a difference. I was comfortable, things were okay, but I wanted more. And if you're like that, if you want more, if you've always had this business that you want to get off the ground, I'm going to set something up for a very, very small group of people. And the reason I'm going to set it up is I want to share with you the bare bones of absolutely everything I went through. And I'm going to share with you the tears that were running down my face and how they were landing in the dust as I found myself writing the word help. Yeah. And it's humiliating, embarrassing. Not really. I was lying face down in the dirt in a house that I was selling, and I sold it because I had made wrong decisions. I had made decisions that weren't economically viable, and I wanted something, but I went about it the wrong way. So I remember lying face down on the floor and the dust, I was writing the word help. Who was I asking to help me? I had put myself in that situation. So what it had done was, it was the sum total of all of my decisions. And so there I was. And as I'm writing the word help in the dust, I noticed something else was happening. There were tears running down my face and hitting the dust and splashing in the dust. And that was probably one of the lowest points in my life at that time. And I share this with you because I was embarrassed to lose my house, but I sold the house. We've bought another house and everything's fine and great, and it couldn't be better. But that was a low point, and I was embarrassed to tell my wife and my family we're selling the house. And something got me back up, something helped me refire, something helped me reignite and say, okay, you've hit the bottom. You're embarrassed, you've made a bad decision. We've all made bad decisions, and that was an embarrassing one for me. I love the house, and my kids still wish we had that house, but the house was a beautiful house. It was technically my dream home, but it's not really the dream home I have anymore. And as I drive past that house, I look at the memories we shared in that house, but it's not everything. We've gone on to have another beautiful home and travelled around the world and helped people do the same, and that's what's so important to me. So even though I really hit the wall, I really hit rock bottom, I had the courage and the system to say, you know what, Scott, get back up. This is just a bump in the road. Don't give up, don't start thinking it's not possible. This is just a test. And that's what I'm hoping you're going to realise, that life is full of tests, and it's what we do when we're faced with those tests that really counts for who we are or who we're going to become. So I'm going to set up a very, very small group, and it's going to be an expensive group, and the reason I say that is I don't want everyone in it. I only want serious people who really want to be able to go from where you are or where they are to really getting to the bones of what it takes to really achieve enormous things. So, well, I'd love you to be part of the group. As I say, it's not going to be cheap, but the best investment you ever make is the investment in you. So if you price up what a cup of coffee costs and what a donut costs, and if you buy one of those a day or one of those every 2 days, and you add that up over a year, that's quite a lot of money. So the question is it better to spend the money on the donut and the coffee, or is it better to invest the money in you? Because if I can help you go to the next step, if I can help you get motivated to take the courage and swallow that pill of courage and do it for you and your family, I'd love to work with you, and I really look forward to finding out about you and helping you go to the next level, because I've done it and I want you to learn what I learned. And if I can share that with you, that's going to be a really personal experience for both you and I, and I'd love to work with you and help you achieve what you really want to achieve. So don't take my word for it. Listen to yourself. Are you worth investing in? You're going to spend that money on something anyway, and the donut and the coffee aren't necessarily going to help you, but I'm here saying, join my group, join my platinum group, and this very, very small group is specifically going to be designed to working one-on-one with you in a very, very close, intimate situation where we can all benefit and help each other move forward. And just stop, just to stop and take account of where we are, where we want to go, and how we can make it all happen. So I'd love you to be part of it. There's no opportunity better than this that I can offer, because I am so busy. I have so many people I do things with, and my own wife and 4 kids and business. I'm busy, but I really want to help some people go to the next level, and I'd love you to be part of it. So if there's ever anything you thought, oh, if only there was someone in my corner, someone helping me, then I'd have more confidence to go ahead and take that risk. Well, I'm here to help, and I really can't wait to get you in a room and help you work face to face on putting together the plan to help you specifically achieve everything you want to achieve.